Good afternoon, Colorado. This is Josh with K4CO Radio. Man, it's a beautiful Tuesday. It feels like a Monday. It absolutely feels like a Monday. How about you, Sarah?
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Hi, Colorado. Happy day after Labor Day. I know it's really interesting when you have a holiday at the beginning of the week. It gets a little funky. Everything just gets combined into 4 days, and then the week is all messed up. And trash isn't collected. It's a hot mess.
Exactly. What the heck? It always... Thursday we're going to be good, though. Everything
agree.
will reset.
You know what? I will gladly take a holiday, especially a beautiful one here in Colorado. So
Exactly.
It was lovely.
Well, hopefully everybody had a great Labor Day weekend. I sure definitely did. We have a wonderful guest to break in for right after the holiday. This band was one of our first ones back in the day when we started almost 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years at the end of this month that we started broadcasting. And this band, soon after, we all went. I believe it was, this is sad, Herman's Hideaway.
That is right.
And now it's shut down. It's closed. Oh, man, such history.
Things open and close, and they open and close.
That's true. It's the cycle
it'll be
of life.
back.
You think it'll be back?
I mean, it was gone for a while, and then it was back, and we'll see.
We'll see, definitely. But yeah, we saw the show with you and a few others. I think it was Johnny and the Mongrels and Ignatius Riley.
That is correct.
And that was your album release party.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, for the album A Steady Frequency.
Yes.
Nice. Man, well, how have things been? How's life? How's the band?
Let's introduce him first. I think that might be a good
Oh, yeah, I didn't really say his name, did
I know we know him and all, but let's
we're all friendly.
We do have like an audience that we have to,
That is true. For all of you that are driving, continue driving and listening. Thank you for tuning in to K4CO Radio. For those of you that have your tablet or your phone in front of you or your computer and you want to listen live on your computer, which is pretty amazing, you can see our beautiful faces. We are on all of our streaming platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube, if you want to come see us. So this is very cool. This is one of our most favorite parts of the job, is not only an interview, but to hear someone perform live here in the studio.
It's your own personal concert, Sarah.
It's very cool. I know.
No pressure.
We get to be serenaded here live. And what's really cool is these are going to be songs that no one has heard, I believe. These are very new.
Three of them. Well, people have heard them, but we haven't recorded
released.
them yet.
Right. Okay.
There are versions of them out there on Bandcamp. There's one song I'll play that is on the debut record.
Okay.
But they're all, we're all about sharing whatever we can. So we've recorded stuff, and even if it's not like officially released, it's on Bandcamp or stuff that's on YouTube, like versions of stuff. So
nice.
Well,
I love it. Yeah. Well, for those of you that are listening and watching, hi. We have Brian here with us from Break Signals. And as Josh stated, you guys have been in our rotation truly since the beginning for almost 2 years
close,
now,
yeah.
Which is amazing. There's some longevity there. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for playing us.
Yeah. Oh, of course. We love your stuff.
And actually, one of the songs he's going to play is in our rotation that was released. So,
that is so true. Well, I want to get into how you're doing because you've had some changes, but
sure.
For sure, I want to mention this a couple times. So you guys are playing live this Friday, September 5th at Cervantes.
Yeah.
Doors open for you guys at 8:30, and you're playing at 8:45. Correct?
I think the doors are earlier. There's another band, Native Space, playing out on the patio before us. And they start before us, and then I think we play while they're playing inside. So yeah, we'll start at 8:30. And play till about 10, and then our buddies, the Jaunty, will be on after us.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, for those of you that want to go celebrate and still get out while the weather is beautiful, go to Cervantes this Friday, September 5th, and you can catch Break Signals at 8:30. So awesome. That's 2637 Welton Street. For those of you that are musicians, you already know where Cervantes is. It's the hot spot. So, all right, Mr. Brian, you guys have been busy. New music, new people.
Yeah. We try and always, I don't know, try and, for us, it's more fun if we are constantly playing new stuff, and especially because the kind of band we are, a live band primarily, and we're always wanting to write and introduce new material and new covers. I mean, I think that's what makes it fun for us. It makes it fun for our fans, because we want the people that keep coming to see us to make it interesting for them, so they're not get bored of all the same
Yeah.
content
Yeah.
all the time.
Well,
You know,
for
yeah.
those that haven't heard of Break Signals, how would you describe kind of your sound, your flavor? So, and it's kind of changed a little bit.
Well, we've mixed up the lineup a little bit within the last year, but the vibe is pretty much the same. It's funky, rock and roll, kind of jammed out, as much as we can kind of build to some climax for people to really kind of get lost in the music and dance and have a good time. And I think the other thing is a lot of jam music tends to focus more on the instrumental stuff, and which we love, of course, and we love jamming out also, but try to make this band specifically also really be focused around the songwriting and have the songs really carry a lot of what we do also.
That is what I love about you guys, actually. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't call it a jam band because it's really jam like rock. It's different. It's not, I've been to a lot of shows of like Red Rock stuff, like actual jam bands, completely different.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Yeah, I mean, we get weird comparisons sometimes that that we get compared to like the Black Crowes sometimes, which is obviously a compliment, but I don't think I sound anything like Chris Robinson. He's amazing, but it's always cool to hear that, and definitely, I think the when we're comfortable on stage, we probably stretch out a little bit longer than other times, but yeah, like we always try and keep the focus on the song, right, as much as we can.
Right.
Of course. Well, you mentioned songwriting, and I know there's more of the group than you. What is your primary role? Obviously, you're holding a guitar, so that's
yes,
pretty self-explanatory.
I play guitar in the band, and then I sing a lot. We added back in January our friend Ben Rafferty on keyboards, and also he sings as well, and he's also a songwriter. So throughout the course of the year, we'll introduce some of Ben's tunes, and always try and have Ben sing during the show. He's got a great voice, very different from mine, so it's an interesting dynamic too. Kind of, gives more of an arc to every show that we play, and just more flavors and more colors in the music. And it's fun having keys there because it's just more stuff to ideas that we're bouncing off, and kind of fills out the sound a little bit more too. Because we
very
also
cool.
have another guitarist and drums and percussion and bass.
You have the full thing.
We are a 6-piece juggernaut.
A juggernaut. I like it. Come full force.
Is
That's
the 6-piece with the new person?
That is
now?
including keys. Yeah,
That is
Yeah,
including.
yeah.
Okay, nice.
Okay. Man,
So it takes up a lot of room on stage. But,
I bet.
yeah.
It's cool. Do you ever shrink down to just a couple of you, or you
Sometimes we've done some stuff. We play myself and the bassist and the percussionist did a gig up in Boulder in the summer, just like a trio, and we've done some like dual acoustic stuff. We played it in Centennial. We played at Resolute, like a little acoustic duo kind of thing, and definitely open to more of that. But it's really fun to do the full thing. I think that's.
Probably
Yeah.
gives more energy.
It's
two different dynamics.
Yeah.
I personally like a little more of the acoustic side of things. It feels a little more intimate.
Sure.
And you can really connect with the lyrics.
Yeah.
Because I wish I could be a songwriter to really embrace this is what I'm going through in the moment.
Yeah.
But then there are times just totally freaking rock out.
Yeah.
And then you have your 6-piece up there. And you're
Well,
just
and they're
enjoying
different.
life.
Sometimes I'll arrange the songs differently too. Like the way that you would play a song on an acoustic is, I'll play differently on a guitar if we're in with a full band, because I want to create space for everybody and play something maybe a little bit more percussive and single note kind of rhythms, or versus when I'm playing acoustic and it's a lot of just strumming and letting the song even speak more for itself versus trying to create like layers of sounds and everything.
Right.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a preference, acoustic or electric?
Electric.
Electric
Yes.
is your preference.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I love playing acoustic, but being able to plug in and turn your amp up to 11 and
Yep. Nice.
Plus, there's this, there's the magic, and really, it's magic. The magic of making music with other people. It's hard to describe. What goes. It's just you're in the moment and you're creating an energy with other people, and then the audience is feeding off that. And that can certainly happen. And I, when you're a solo musician, and I've seen it, like, solo guitarists and piano players. But for me personally, playing with the band is just my most favorite thing. And, playing in front of an audience that's there to really dance and get down and have a good time.
Yeah.
Definitely. Heck
Awesome.
yeah. Well, let's get to the first song, shall we?
Absolutely.
You gave me a list of songs. There wasn't really an order. Okay. I don't think.
There is an order.
There is an order.
I'm going to try and
You
stick
have
to
the
an order.
correct order.
That is the correct. That's how you told them to me.
Yeah.
All right. So this first one, Nobody Can Tell Me.
Sure.
You want to tell us a little bit about just play it on?
This is actually, we've been playing it for a while. I wrote it before some of the tunes that ended up on our first record. So it's, probably I wrote it around like in the fall of 2022 or something. But, when we recorded the first record, it wasn't really where we wanted it to be yet. And it's really, it's become sort of a staple of a lot of our shows. And it's just, it's really grown. And certainly the way we play it live is very different from how I'm about to play it. It's more of like almost like a reggaeton kind of thing. And, just very different kind of energy, but I'll try and, do the best I can right now.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Fegen with Break Signals. K4CO.
Should we go?
You should go.
Ready.
Most days I'm staring at screens, and nobody can tell me what they mean. Pictures from across the light years, politicians playing on your fears. I'll make you a deal if you give me something real. Here's something to the kids that they shouldn't have to steal. It's a cosmic reactionary scene. Hold the program and try to keep it clean. If the signal's getting scrambled on the line, under threat in these new nuclear times, I'll make you a deal if you give me something real. Give something to the kids that they shouldn't have to steal. Most days I'm staring at screens, and nobody can tell me what they mean. There's a sleep dealer slinging up dreams, and nobody can tell me what they mean. It's a cosmic reactionary scene, and nobody can tell me what it means. Gonna explode if we don't release some steam, and nobody can tell me what it means. and nobody can tell me what it means. And nobody can tell me what it means. And nobody can tell me. 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 Yeah, I'll make you a deal if you give me something real. Give something to the kids that they shouldn't have to steal. Sort of making up arrangements on the fly here.
That means you're a professional. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Break Signals. Check them out. They're going to be playing Cervantes' Other Side this Friday, September 5th. So what time again?
We go on at 8:30.
8:30. 8:30. All right.
Very cool. For those that have your tablets and computers in front of you, go to breaksignals.com, and they have all of their shows, contact music there. Anywhere else that you want to plug where people can download and listen to your music?
Sure. Well, our debut record's on Spotify, so you can find us there. It's called The Steady Frequency. I came out, like I said, a couple years ago, and then we're going in studio. We'll record a new one soon, so hopefully have some more music up there. And then I think once we have that out, we're going to just put all of our live stuff up too. But, I definitely want some of the newer songs to, have the studio versions on Spotify first. But like I said, you can go on Bandcamp and look us up there. And we've got a bunch of live shows there. We did this thing back in May where we went up to a cabin up around Grand Lake and just set up in this big kind of great room in a circle and recorded that. And we put that on Bandcamp too, and shot some video, and cut some clips of video and put some stuff up on YouTube. So yeah, on YouTube also you have we got a live show from earlier this year. We played with Dogs in a Pile at Cervantes. That was pretty cool, and that's up there. We headlined The Other Side at Cervantes back in June, and that one full show is up there. So there's lots of opportunities to listen to. Us all over the internet.
You guys are getting after it. That's really impressive.
We're trying. No,
it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely, it's so interesting. I kind of develop a theme as we've been doing this.
Okay.
Everyone thinks when you're an outsider looking in, they're like, you just start at the top. I'm like, no, you don't. Like, you have to, there's so much behind the scenes that people don't see.
Yeah.
And it's recording time and getting people together and getting through a lot of the grunt stuff.
Yeah.
And it's getting out there all the time, which is you guys are doing.
Well, I think any band, usually takes a little bit to find out what's unique about, this. I mean, most of us have been playing, or all of us have been playing music for years and years, right? And different, incarnations and, but still when you a group of individuals have kind of their unique voice, and I think we've grown a lot also. Like, we've been a band for a couple of years now, and definitely I think where we're at now is very different than where we started. And at the same time, like, I feel like the sky's the limit also. So,
Nice.
You guys have kind of a pretty eclectic, influences, right? From what I remember.
Yes.
A lot of different styles, different influences, which really helps the band.
Yeah. Well, everyone's from different spots, like, geographically, which always makes for an interesting situation too. So, I grew up in New York and lived in New York City for a number of years. So, even, that just, I think that comes through a lot in kind of my songwriting and just my approach to guitar playing. Our drummer's from Texas, and we have some other guys who are from the Boston area, and some people who are sort of, we all gravitated towards Colorado and met here, I think it's just that kind of mix of different influences and mix of different kind of ideas and for me, like, even though we're definitely like a rock band, when I was living in New York, I was playing like in Afrobeat bands and like soul bands and live electronic bands in the early 2000s. And it was kind of an evolution of things to get to this point where, I spent a lot of my musical career almost more being a sideman and would write tunes and other people would sing them, or maybe I would sing like a couple songs or whatever. Mm-hmm. And this is one of the, 25 years in or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
The first bands were like, I'm just going to front this one. So
that's awesome. I had no idea it was so diverse. Like you've done it, like kind of every genre out there. I mean, are you going to dabble in swing and?
Well,
I think we're actually make a comeback.
I think we're playing a tune this Friday that swings a little bit.
Ooh!
But like I said, like
there's
even those influences are all there, but then it still comes out very much in like a rock kind of jam funk context.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Like I don't think we sound like any of the influences in and of themselves, but collectively it sounds like something.
Yeah.
How long do you think it really took you guys to kind of hone it in? Your sound?
I think we were lucky. I think the bands that I've been in a lot of bands, and the ones that kind of catch fire, quickly, at least in terms of like creatively, it happens pretty quick. Mm-hmm. I think in a live context, we've gotten more comfortable with each other, and you can just give somebody a look and they know what you're thinking, because how many times you played the song and why would you be looking at me at this moment, kind of thing. And I mean that in a positive sense, right? Like, you just did something cool. Let's lean into that kind of thing.
Yep.
Sure.
So we were lucky. I think it happened pretty quick. But those, you never know. Band chemistry is a very strange thing. You can have a band with the best players in the world, and if they don't get along, it comes through in the music.
Bands don't ever break up, do they?
Which can, but sometimes that can make like amazing music.
That's true.
Also, but which adds to that whole chemistry thing. Like you just never know until everybody starts. You start hanging out and certainly get playing shows out on the road and stuff. Like we've done some stuff on the road this summer, and that helps too, because you're trying out things that you wouldn't do, because you're playing multiple nights and you're spending more time together and more comfortable just hanging out.
For sure.
The hang,
hang.
who can you actually hang out with is like the most important part.
Yeah.
I agree. My list is small.
Yeah.
It's like, who can I stand for more than 2 hours?
Yeah.
And I'm with you. Well, I love this next one.
Yes.
Do you want to introduce this one?
Yeah, it's been in our rotation for a while, off of Steady Frequency, the album that came out last year. Brewer at the Barn Burner. And yeah, I love when this one comes on. I'm just like, yep. Let's turn it up.
Cool. I'm gonna try again doing things acoustically here that I wouldn't normally do. So.
Yeah, awesome. Exactly. So go for it.
All right. Been 3 long years since I can relax. Lost some friends in the war and the rest by the tax. Trying to settle down to work this land. It ain't easy with only 2 hands. So when I heard Sunday there'd be a gathering with a brewer from Duluth, you don't have to bring a thing. Like the engine I'd seen just the other day. The world keeps on changing and I keep making mistakes. Well, I gave up all I knew when I got on that way. Headed out west, away from the streets of Manhattan, looking for a life in the great expanses. Don't believe I've earned it, but I'm taking my chances. So I put on my finest and I headed downtown. Met up with Albert and Delilah, looking to get drowned. We sat around the table and we shared our sorrows. Everyone's your friend until tomorrow. Oh, well, I gave up all I knew when I got on that wagon. Headed out west, away from the streets of Manhattan, looking for a life in the great expanses. Don't believe I've earned it, but I'm taking my chances. Well, the night's getting going and the barn is burning. Spent my last dollar and the walls are turning. Tomorrow I have to visit the credit reserves. So used to losing, it doesn't even rattle my nerves. Well, I gave up all I knew when I got on that wagon. Headed out west, away from the streets of Manhattan, looking for a life in the great expanses. Don't believe I've earned it, but I'm taking my chances. Don't believe I've earned it, but I'm taking my chances. Oh, yeah. Don't believe I've earned it, but I'm taking my chances.
Brian Fegen, everybody. Break Signals. Brewer at the barn burner.
It's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful.
It is a lot of
definitely is a
B's.
mouthful. But check him out this Friday at Cervantes. And yeah, if you're just tuning in, when this is done, you can rewind it. And he already played a song. We got two more coming up. So you played Cervantes a while ago. You guys a big fan of Cervantes, first of all, and then what would you say is probably some of your favorite venues that you've played?
Yeah, I mean, well, Cervantes is just an incredible spot for the type of music that we play, and it's been around for a number of years, and it's so cool that the way they have the ballroom and then the other side, and like I mentioned, we played there back in January, and it was really great because we're playing in the ballroom and Dogs in a Pile's after us, and if you went next door, there was another amazing show happening next door, and you can kind of that was walk back and forth and see. It was like us, and then in the next room was like Jen Hartswick and Nikki Gillespie and some other amazing women were playing there, and it was just like, that is a normal thing, I think, at Cervantes, to be able to just hop back and forth and see great music like that. And every week, there's always just cool stuff going on there. But, all over town, there's lots of great venues. There's, the larger venues are fun, obviously. It's Denver, and we hope to play some of those someday, but, we play a lot of bars around town, which are, and when we're in Denver these days, I think we're generally trying to play like, Globe Hall, Cervantes. We'd love to play Meow Wolf. I think we're going to try and do something there in next year. And out of town, we play up at the Wood Cellar, obviously. We have a tune about the Wood Cellar. We played at Trace Litros and Salida. The summer was really cool. This new spot in Ridgeway, which is just outside of URA, called Floating Lotus, which was really fun. Played up in Fort Collins at this place, Salt Road. So we're just trying to get around Colorado, and we'll probably head out of Colorado soon, and we'll play anywhere that'll have us. Basically,
you're getting around.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm like, I can't. You have an amazing brain and a good memory. I'm like, whoa.
that's just the stuff that came to the top of.
That's very impressive.
We'll play in Manitou, also down there at Armadillo Ranch, which is another great spot for the kind of music that we play. And it's Denver is an amazing community of bands and musicians, and especially within the jam community, there's just such a vibrancy to Denver right now, especially like I said, like I've been doing this for a while, and certainly coming from New York, and there's certainly a scene there that's different and than what's happening in Denver. And I lived in New York through the early 2000s when that was, the whole Brooklyn scene was really blowing up, and so many amazing bands came out then. And I think that it, to some extent, is happening in Denver right now. I think there's just every weekend, a lot of our good friends are out just making amazing music. And I definitely would encourage people to go out and support local music as much as possible. I know, you go to see shows at Red Rocks, and Red Rocks is incredible, but you're usually dropping, $100 or $150, and
At the lowest.
at the lowest.
Yeah, that's
And,
like for your hot dog and Coke.
but you can go out, you can go see a lot of amazing music, and see local bands, usually between $15 and $25, and have so much of an impact on the community and the scene that we have here. Whether or not it's at Cervantes, or like I mentioned, some of the bars around town, or it's just the local scene here is such a vibrant community, and everyone really supports each other, and it's really great to be a part of it. So even the jaunty of these folks we're playing with, who hooked us up with this gig this weekend, and it's just it's a great group of guys. Yeah.
That's very cool. Yeah, you guys are getting after it. Like, that is amazing. And I completely agree. The Denver scene is insanely amazing. I had no idea until Josh made me start being a part of this group. I'm putting him on the hook this time. And you guys really kicked us off. I mean, it's really cool to watch you guys come into your own and kind of evolve, and same with us. And yeah, huge shout out to support local. 100% agree with that.
Yeah,
Across
I mean,
the board.
you're local radio, so you're part of the whole picture too. So thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that is why Josh started it. I mean,
exactly.
Really, this was his idea. It was like, I want Colorado community and music to come back and support Colorado local musicians. So, all right, this next one. You want to jump to the third?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get all in.
I'm all
Sure.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these are interesting.
yeah.
Some of these I don't think I've ever, like that first tune I played, I don't think I've ever played acoustic by myself before.
I know,
Except for
it's-
just like at home, whatever. So
It's super cool
we'll
to
see
hear
how
a
this one
different
goes
twist.
too.
Like,
This
tell
one-
us
yeah.
a little bit about All In. What is this about?
All In, sometimes people just say stuff to me, and it's for whatever reason, I'm like, okay, that's a fun idea for a song, and All In is just that's that same idea where, like, I think to be a musician is a commitment and a dedication to the love of music, and not necessarily to success, although success is great. And so that kind of kicked off this idea of this song about just, I'm just going to do this as long as I possibly can until I fall down, or be raised up, or whatever happens. We're going to go for it 100%. So.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Fegen again.
getting paid, fighting my disinterest, tearing down a target, it'd be easier to miss it. But you were something special, a shining crazy diamond, a faithful flash of lightning. You were something kind of frightening. Oh, you were something, you were something, you were something, something kind of frightening. Oh, if you're all in, girl, I will buy your ticket. We'll take it to the mountaintop, we'll drop it and we'll kick it. You know I'm all in, I ain't got no backup plan, only got one speed. Try to keep up if you can. Once we started running, we were breaking down the systems, lining all our pockets. There was too many to list them, but nothing lasts forever. I didn't know what day it was. Been up for 40 hours. There is no other way, because if you're all in, girl, I will buy your ticket. We'll take it to the mountaintop, we'll drop it and we'll kick it. You know I'm all in, I ain't got no backup plan, only got one speed. Try to keep up if you can. Oh, 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 yeah. Try to keep up if you can. Storm rolls in and I end up on the floor. When I crawl across it, there's a lock up on your door. Standing at the crossroads, stuck between the streets, broke again and running till I fall down to my feet. Storm rolls in and I end up on the floor. When I crawl across it, there's a lock up on your door. Standing at the crossroads, stuck between the streets, broke again and running till I fall down to my feet. If you're all in, girl, I will buy your ticket. We'll take it to the mountaintop, we'll drop it and we'll kick it. You know I'm all in, I ain't got no backup plan, only got one speed. Try to keep up if you can. You know I'm all in, girl, I will buy your ticket. We'll take it to the mountaintop, we'll drop it and we'll kick it. You know I'm all in, I ain't got no backup plan, only got one speed. Try to keep up if you can. Oh, yeah. Try to keep up if you can. Got one speed. Try to keep up if you can. You know I'm all in. Try to keep up if you can. You know I'm all in. Try to keep up if you can. You know I'm all in. Try to keep up if you can.
Riff
Nice
away.
little outro right there.
Nice. Brian Fegen with Break Signals. That was awesome.
I just want to listen to that while I'm in Vegas playing a good poker hand.
Well, you should hear the whole band play. It's a
Yeah.
whole other vibe when the whole band's, kit crushing on that one.
Very cool. I really like that. I can people can really relate to so many of that, like waiting to get paid, been up for 40 hours, like crawling on the ground. It's and keep up if you can. I like that, and don't have a backup plan. That's like you're seriously all in, and here we go. And hope you can keep
It's
up.
funny. We
Keep up if you
there's
can.
there's a line about like I don't know what day it was or whatever, and we were playing a show, and like classic mistake, like I said the wrong day or whatever it was. I was like, oh, well, I know what song I gotta play next. Like, hey, it's Friday night. And it was like Saturday night or something.
It's all good because you've been up for 40 hours.
Exactly.
That's the idea. It all blends.
You lose track of
together.
time. Yeah.
That is very cool. Well, so you're performing, of course, at Cervantes this Friday, September 5th, at 8:30. If you guys want to hear Break Signals, which of course K4CO Radio is going to be there, so come and see us and jam and rock and roll with us. What can people expect on Friday from you guys?
Well, like we always try and have an arc to our shows, but at the same time, we're very much like we try and be all killer, no filler.
Okay.
I think we want people to have a good time. We want people to dance. We want people to feel something, magical in the moment. If we can kind of get there all together as an audience and a band, that's generally what we're going for. And, every time we're very much a jamming band, so that, every time we play, each version is going to be a little bit different, and we'll see where the jam goes. And, that's what kind of makes it fun for us. It makes it fun for the audience. And, that's certainly, what I think keeps coming, people keep coming back to see us because we try and make it different every time.
You talked about the magic moment. I am curious, looking back at because you've had an amazing career with lots of different bands and different genres, different locations, the whole 9 yards. Was there ever a moment that you can remember, kind of like this aha magic moment, if you will? Like, I've made it. This is a perfect moment that is encapsulated in your brain.
Oh, I don't know. I've had many of them. I think you find them when you're not looking for them, ideally, and I've had kind of transcendent, experiences when there's only 10 people out there, and I've had, transcendent experiences when there's 1,000 people. And I've also had it the other way where, it's been, you could be playing for a big crowd and whatever, the sound's awkward on stage and something happens or, and you're not, in the moment. But as much as you can kind of just like, kind of get rid of whatever's going on and just be there and really listen, I think is the key of listening to everybody on stage, feeling the room. Or like sometimes we'll have a set list. And, we could play 2 songs off the set list. And by the time we hit that third song, like, the room is telling us actually we should not play what's next and play something else instead. And kind of everything sort of just, is we're improvising from that point on and the songs as well as the set, and what we have planned also.
That's cool. Well, that goes back to your earlier point of really knowing each other really well and be like we've watched it with bands where you just, lead singer turns around, looks at the drummer, and it's like, oh, we're in a new trajectory at this moment. And it's really cool. Yeah. I have one other question for you. Sorry, I like the curveballs.
Sure.
But they're inspired by what you talk about. You mentioned the word success. I want to know what your definition of success is.
Oh, that's a tricky one. A good, there's levels of success, right? A success is a great show. A success is coming off stage and feeling like or we as a band gave everything we had to the audience that night. There's success in the studio. I was super proud of how the first record turned out because you can get in the studio and not have an idea of what you're going to do and magic happens, or you can be super prepared and magic happens, or vice versa in both those situations. And we were lucky that time that, we really caught kind of we caught a representation of what we sounded like at the time, and very excited to get back, into the studio and this fall, we're going to, make another record. And to me, to be able to just keep making music, to play for audiences that love it, to have people listen to it, that is success for me. I mean, obviously financial success is fantastic, and that's always going to make things easier. But to be able, just as an artist personally, to be able to play original music and have people like it and be inspired by it and hear want to listen to it, and that for me is the greatest. Like I played in a lot of bands that were and play covers and stuff, and we'll play covers here and there because they're fun to do our own take on them and everything. But to be able to play original music and have it be well received by an audience, that's for me success. Yeah.
I'm curious. Your band is very, very entertaining, and again, this Friday at Cervantes' Other Side. Do you guys ever kind of? I love the bones of songs. I love that's why I love the unplugged type stuff, the acoustic type stuff. Do you guys ever kind of break it down and do some acoustic type stuff on the stage, or is it really about the rock?
I think with limited time, we want to kind of give as much energy as we can into what we're doing. Like, so in a 75-minute set, I want, especially club gigs are very different than like a theater gig, for example, right?
Yeah.
Or a sit-down coffee shop gig. So when we're playing a club gig and everyone's up and everyone's dancing, that's kind of the energy that we want to bring. We'll slow things down a little bit because I think every set needs a little bit of a, like I mentioned earlier, an arc, so that it's not just one note kind of hitting you over the head. Mm-hmm. So we'll try some different vibes and different styles of music and some slower things. We haven't done a show where like we've busted out acoustics in the middle of the set yet and done like that
Maybe
kind of
Friday?
thing. We'll see.
No, that's gonna be a high energy.
But when we played there, when we played a couple months ago, we headlined there, and we had it was like a 2-hour and 20-minute set or whatever. So in a situation like that, then you have more of an opportunity. You can kind of do some things differently, and give the piano player like a 20-minute piano solo or something.
2 hour and 20
Yeah,
minutes.
that's just to give somebody a break.
Yeah.
Like it's just
We will
somebody
play,
swimming or needs water.
that is our sweet spot, is kind of long sets. Like I think obviously a lot of the bands we love are traditionally kind of 2-set shows, but I also love bands like My Morning Jacket, for example, that'll go out there and I've on average they'll play for 2.5 hours, but I've seen them play for 3.5, 4 hours sometimes, and
Right.
I think that is that's the kind of energy that I love to bring to shows. Is just we are out there to entertain. We're out there to give you everything we got that night, and try and share something collectively with the audience. Yeah.
Right. Gotcha.
And then we'll play bar gigs where we'll also play for 4 hours if we.
You'll play as long as there's people in the room. Yeah, exactly.
Especially if people are tipping.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, let's get in. Let's get into the last guy. Never Surrender right here.
Sure.
When did you write this one?
This is a relatively newer one. Hold on, I think it's.
Yeah,
Oh, of
go for
course.
it.
No, while you're doing that, Brian Fegen with Break Signals. This will be forever on YouTube. You can go back. It'll be for a month on Facebook. Again, Cervantes this Friday. They're playing at 8:30. Please be there Friday, September 5th. Be sure to follow them on social media as well. They're all over the place. You can go to breaksignals.com. Check out their music on Spotify, Bandcamp, and of course, breaksignals.com. You can contact them, questions. But support local, so definitely follow them on social media as well.
Yeah, we're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I think Instagram is probably where we're the most active. If people, like I mentioned earlier, if people want to buy tickets for this Friday in advance, you can actually just send us a direct message on Instagram. We can give you discount tickets, save about $7 a ticket versus the online price right now. Yeah, we're pretty approachable. So just hit us up and save some money.
And you guys have a lot of content out there when it comes to YouTube and Bandcamp and everything. Because just like you said, you were up in the mountains at a cabin and just filmed and played live and everything like that. So you guys really like just throwing content out there, no matter what it is.
Well, I think obviously it's a very different day and age in 2025 than it was 20 years ago, and you can reach a lot of people, if you're putting out as much content, as much variety of content. So the cabin thing was kind of interesting because we just thought it would look different than, if we were just playing another gig at a bar or a club or whatever, and obviously we have that content up there, but just trying to do a variety of things. There's this Radiohead thing, I think it's called like From the Basement. They put it out in like when In Rainbows came out, and it was really cool. It was like they played live like the entire In Rainbows record, so it wasn't just them like it wasn't music videos for the record, and I always thought that was a cool concept. That's kind of what we tried to do, and we'll slowly just drip out content from that, and interspersed with shows and other stuff we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. Well, this Friday, everybody at Cervantes, the last song, Brian Fegen with Break Signals on K4CO Radio.
All right. At this point, it seems the truth don't matter much. There's a century sense and center with no sense of touch. For a sickly bunch of circuits fed by all there was, making nonsense out of tragedy, pretending that it's love. The books that no one reads are the ones with the wisdom. Pay attention to the program, trying to jump over the schism and get yourself a plan to make your way down south. We're tired of these wailing ghosts running off their mouths. They never shut up. So run, jump, and dance and have fun. Find your ever-loving splendor. Don't stop, give up, give in, or back down. Never surrender. Never surrender. We are humans on this earth, and we all have legal residence. Do not wait or hesitate. Make the mistake and being reticent when the doctors all announce they're running out of medicine, and the judges bang their gavels, declaring there's no precedent. Well, there's a first time for everything. So run, jump, and dance and have fun. Find your ever-loving splendor. Don't stop, give up, give in, or back down. Never surrender. Never surrender. Well, you promised me a fortune, then you spend it all on pizza. These sharks are straight up trying to eat you. And none of this is normal, but it's starting to have that feeling. The lake is nearly empty, and I'm still trying to keep reeling in this treasure where you find it. Don't judge me when I'm stealing from the systematic, coordinated concealment. Well, holler if you feel me. So run, jump, and dance and have fun. Find your ever-loving splendor. Don't stop, give up, give in, or back down. Never surrender. Never surrender. Never surrender. Never surrender. I won't give up on you. I won't give up on you now. I won't give up on you. I won't give up on you now. I won't give up on you. I won't give up on you now. I won't give up on you. No, I won't give up on you now. I won't give up on you. I won't give up on you now. I won't give up on you. I won't give up on you now. I won't give up. I won't give up. I won't give up. I won't give up. Never surrender. Never surrender. Never surrender. Never surrender. Never surrender.
Brian Fegen, Break Signals Unplugged on K4CO Radio. Love it. How's it feel to be playing these songs with the acoustic guitar? You said you don't really do it that often.
No, I mean, I do it, at home when I'm writing them, and then, maybe cutting demos, but it's fun. Every time you do anything different, it keeps you on your toes, and I'm sitting here playing, being like, oh, I'm not going to do that solo, and that drum break's not there, and that keyboard section's not there, and, but this, like I said, I think the songs are, I'm really proud of the songs. I think the band, it elevates everything we do, and really excited for folks to come out and see what we can do this Friday.
Definitely do. This Cervantes, everybody. Cervantes Other Side this Friday, September 5th. What the times again?
Yeah. You guys start at 8:30 p.m. But doors open, I believe, at 7. So if you want to hear music beforehand, absolutely get there early instead of later. But of course, you can hear. Sport local. Get there at 2 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. Wait in line. I'm just kidding. So doors, I think, legitly open at 7. Native Space will open, and then Break Signals go on around 8:30, and then Jante will close it out at Cervantes The Other Side this Friday, September 5th.
That's right.
And we will be there. I'm super excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Thank you. I'm so excited as well.
Oh, yeah. No, this is amazing. It's why we're here. We want to support local, and we do support local.
That's right. And
cool.
you guys are in the studio now doing some songs, right?
Yeah, we're prepping. We're going to go back in the studio, I think, late October, early November. We have probably another 15 originals, and we'll probably pick 8 or 9 of those that are feeling the best that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Try and get the arrangements tight, and we'll put everything out on Spotify again. This time I want to maybe make a little bit of a shorter record so we can press some vinyl, and I know there's a lot of folks out there that love vinyl still and keeping the dream alive. So
yeah, it's definitely coming back. I love it.
Yeah,
I love that warm sound of vinyl. So. All right. Well, thank you very much for coming in. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
We love having a concert for ourselves and, of course, for our listeners here. So check them out, breaksignals.com, and look at their last album released last year, A Steady Frequency. Awesome album. We have a couple of those songs, a few of those songs, actually. I want to say like 4 of them in our rotation still.
They're all good. They're all good.
They are all good. They are all good. So check them out. Thanks again for coming in. We really appreciate it, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this has been K4CL Radio interview and live performance. Make sure in about a half hour every single day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., 1 solid hour of only Colorado artists that are in the rotation the rest of the time, but 1 solid hour, just a melting pot of all the different genres in our rotation. And then, of course, tonight, another episode of Kind of Vague Radio, hosted by Andrew Talent and Rob Dixon. You all take care. Have an amazing Tuesday night. Thank you again for coming, Brian. And we'll see you on Friday.
See you Friday.
All right. Take care, everybody.